So today we're going to be talking about one of the hottest sectors of the stock market, and that is the EV sector. The EV sector has been on complete fire this past few months as everybody's hyped on the new electric vehicle wave. So of course the big daddy of the EV sector is Tesla. Everybody knows Tesla. It's going to be at the S&P 500. Everybody's been hyped on Tesla for a very long time. Everybody knows what they do. People love their cars, and they're a big established company at this point. My question for you guys today is, what are the contenders and what are the pretenders of what's left other than Tesla? So we're going to be talking today about stocks like NIO, Solo, KXIN, Workhorse. A lot of stocks have been so hyped recently, and there's been some crazy volume in the stocks, and have been perfect for some daily plays. But I want to talk about with you guys which ones are the contenders in this EV sector and which ones are the pretenders. Which one could be good potentially for a long-term hold, and which one we shouldn't even worry about now because they're doo-doo stocks, or maybe they're just too much in the infancy of their stock life, and maybe in a later day, maybe in a year, 2 years, when we talk about this topic again, they will be contenders. But for now, we will be distinguishing which one's the contender, which one's the pretenders, and which one we should invest in long term. So for everybody that missed Tesla and it might be too expensive, maybe this video you can get a more clear picture on what you should be investing for in the future that can give you a good opportunity for investing. Of course, guys, if you don't know where to invest and how to invest in these electric vehicles, you can click on the Webull link down below. Right now they're doing promotion. You can get four free stocks if you just deposit $100. The link will be down below. And if you need more help and one-on-one mentoring, one-on-one guidance, look for our premium Discord chat, which is down below. Claim our 1 week free trial as of now, and you get part of all our community of traders. We've been trading stocks like Solo, NIO, that have run up so much every single day. We've been making a killing. So check out those links down below. And as always, remember to leave a like, subscribe down below, and comment what you guys want to see next. So of course, the first stock we have to talk about, we're talking about the contenders for the EV sector, is NIO. If you're not familiar with NIO, I don't know what the heck you've been doing in the trading market. This NIO has been killing it. It's, of course, if you're not familiar with NIO, is an electric vehicle company which is very similar to Tesla, but mostly they're in China. And if you're not aware of it, China is one of the biggest EV markets in the whole wide world. And China, as government, has actually been backing up NIO, which has given confidence to all investors to keep investing in it. And of course, NIO has been making some really great stylish cars and have been delivering more and more vehicles every single quarter, and has been trading around $50 as of speak right now. They hit actually all-time high of 54.2. And with NIO, we actually see a lot of investors, a lot of banks actually raising their price target over time. They keep raising and raising and raising it slowly but surely, which is giving people more and more confidence believing in this company. And this has to be one of the top contenders as of now, other than Tesla, in the EV market. What I would like to see in the chart is actually for NIO to take a little dip, maybe in the coming weeks, take a slight pullback until it recovers, consolidates a little bit, and pushes up for new highs. And we actually want to push for that January 9th date. If you're not familiar with January 9th, it will actually be battery day for NIO, just like Tesla had a battery day. It will be NIO announcing their battery day on January 9th, and it will be announcing a new vehicle most likely to compete with the Model 3 of the Tesla, mostly in China, and that day will probably bring a lot of hype with it, and it will push the stock of NIO much higher. So I would like to see a nice dip that lets us get in a really nice price for the build up to January 9th. So NIO has to be on top of your priority list if you're wanting to invest in the EV market. Next, we're going to be talking about Solo. So Solo, with my opinion on Solo, is that the cars are not really the best looking cars, and I think that having a good looking car in a space like the EV cars is very, very important. The Solo cars are just a one little seater small cars that are meant for big cities. There's something between a motorcycle, a slingshot, or a small sedan car. I'm actually not sure. I'm not really a fan of how they look. Of course, there could be a market like, big cities like Tokyo, LA, New York, Hong Kong could be useful, this type of cars, but my issue with it is that it's a three-wheeler, it's on a motorcycle, so it doesn't give you that small motorcycle kind of fate that lets you go through traffic, so you still have to kind of sit behind other vehicles. But I guess it does save on other things like the price. The price level is also not that cheap. It's around that $18,000 mark. So I don't really see too much of it being really helpful. And Solo hasn't really delivered cars yet. You can reserve cars now, but I don't think they've started delivering yet. And as of right now, the company is of course still a loss because they don't make cars yet and they've not been delivering. So my issue with Solo is, yes, I do see as some kind of market for it, but my main issue is that I don't see it being applicable to most day-to-day life for people because the car is obviously so tiny. I know that most people do commute with just by themselves, but the issue is that once the other commute, you can't really use the car for much more, like, you know, traveling around, going with family trips or anything of that nature. You can't pick up your day with it. If you can't pick up your day with it, how are you supposed to drive that car every single day? And it's still a pricey car, so it's not that cheap. So yes, there might be a small market for it, but for me right now, it's a pretender. I will invest long term for it. And even if you see this chart, it just goes up, comes back down. It's too much of a gamble, solo, no, thank you. Next up is going to be KXIN. It's a stock that we've been trading, and we actually call it out on the Discord channel multiple times. We call it out due to its pre-market strength and the volatility it had, and it ran up massively, and we actually made a killing on it. If you're not part of our Discord, I know what you're doing. Come join us out and claim your free trial now. The main issue I have with KXIN is that this stock is actually pure doo-doo. For a long-term investment, this stock has nothing, has literally only red flags all over the place. You should not be investing in it. So please don't invest in it long-term. KXIN is actually somewhat of something like a CarMax over in China, and they're just new now to the EV sector. So they're trying to make cars, they're still a concept, they're not actually selling anything yet. So this company is actually losing money every single quarter, so it's not good to actually start investing in it now. It's way too early, it's definitely a pretender for me, and please don't invest in this long term. And they actually claim they're going to close their used cars dealerships, and they're trying to focus on only the EV market. But why would you start focusing on the one part of the company that's making money and only focus on the other part which you're not even a contender in yet? You're not even making cars, you're not even selling anything. Maybe focus on both at once, but please stay away from this stock. This stock is complete doo-doo, and we stay away from doo-doo. Move on to the next. Don't listen to hype, and just because you should jump 100% this stock, you think it's a good stock, it's actually a terrible stock. People are just taking advantage of the volatility for intraday trades, and you actually gotta stay away from it for a long term. So please, if you're excited about the EV sector, stay away from this one and maybe invest in the other ones we mentioned earlier, because this one is complete terrible garbage. The next one we're going to be talking about is going to be AYRO, and AYRO has been a complete terrorism like most of these other EV stocks, but it's actually been trending up quite nicely. Next thing I do like about AYRO is, unlike the other ones we just talked about, they're actually trying to focus on not just the normal day-to-day person, but trying to focus on commercial and companies, selling things like trucks for deliveries, which could be very nice for companies like UPS, maybe Amazon. We can get a deal with FedEx, anything like that will be very good for this company. It's still very, very early to say, but there is a possibility, especially with Biden being the elect president, which is most likely like 99.9% to be the next president, which is committed to pushing the whole clean energy deal. It could be great. Maybe you could see in the near future the next Euro mailman driving one of these cars. The main reason I do like this company is because they're trying to stay away from the competitors of Tesla and NIO. They might be already too much behind, they're just trying to focus on the commercial sector. Of course, it's still too early for me to invest in it this long term, so we're gonna have to put it somewhere between the contender and the pretenders. I do think this company has potential in it, but we still need to see time what it can do in the future. So we'll keep a close eye on this company, but not invest of it as of right now. Next ticker we're going to be talking about is ticker symbol RIDE. RIDE actually makes trucks, and they actually make really good looking trucks. I actually think they make a very cool, futuristic looking, really nice design, which I actually think looks really good even if I were to drive it. And the nice thing about RIDE as a company is they already have some pre-orders set, and they have 50,000 pre-orders already set. So this truck will actually be competing with the top 3 cars in the whole America, because if you're not familiar with America, actually all the top 3 cars are all pickup trucks. But the nice thing about this truck and the EV trucks is they actually save so much money. Why? Because trucks are heavier and usually tend to use more gasoline than other cars. So you're going to be saving a lot of money in the aspect of gas. So that could be a very good selling point for the company to try to push that, hey, if you buy our truck, it's still a good looking truck, you still get a lot of power out of it, a lot of use out of it, and you save a lot of money compared to these other trucks. So that could be a really good selling point for this company. So I do think this company has some of the biggest potential, so I definitely want to put it in the contenders category. The main reason is because they already have some pre-orders, and they already understand that they need to make a really good looking vehicle to compete in the V market like Tesla did. And it also can push the idea of saving you money compared to other pickup trucks, so he does have some really good competitive advantages compared to the other competitors. Next, we're going to be talking about Nikola, and Nikola is one of those companies that's definitely a pretender. He pumped up a lot not too long ago, but he did have some really bad news, and the CEO even had to step down. He did have some hype with some partnership with GM, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. So unless it does happen, I will not change my mind. I will stay away from this company named Nikola. So if you're interested in Nikola, please just stay away from it. You could trade, of course, intraday with some volatility, with some volume, but just keep it intraday and don't look for it to invest long term on it. Next, we're going to be talking about Xpeng. Xpeng is just a company very similar to NIO, and they're probably almost neck and neck with it. The nice thing about Xpeng that it has done a better job of expanding other than China. It's been shipping a lot to Europe, and it looks like the sales are coming every single month, more and more. And Xpeng is definitely a contender, just like NIO and just like Li. All three of this company are very similar, that they try to compete around the same market, and I do think one of the three of them will be a home run and the other two will probably be left with the scrap. Right now I have NIO ahead of both of them, but I wouldn't see Xpeng being a very, very high competition to NIO. So definitely keep track and keep in mind all three of these companies, NIO, Xpeng and Li. Lastly, we're going to be talking about Workhorse. Workhorse, just like AYRO, is actually a company that's trying to focus more on the commercial side. They went on the news because they have some kind of deal working with the UPS. The UPS deal has been delayed, which did take a hit on the stock, but people are getting more hopeful that the deal will get done. And of course, if they get a deal with UPS, it's definitely going to be a contender. And I do like the fact that they're trying to focus on the commercial side, because that's the side that's not being explored as much as the retailer side. So definitely it will be a contender, but the main issue I have with it is that the UPS deal. If the UPS deal doesn't go in effect, they will take a huge beating to the stock, which will make it dip a lot. And maybe it'd be a good idea to buy it on the dip, but as of right now, it's still a gamble because you don't know if it's gonna go through with the deal or not. Of course, you can play the volatility, the intraday, or wait for the deal to happen and then just make your decision after the deal happens and see actually how much that deal is worth and how much will really push Workhorse to the next level, looking for more and more deals within the commercial state. Alright guys, so if you guys made it so far into the videos, thank you of course for watching. Check out the links up below and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!